Darius Garland under 17.5 points. Let's go. As you can see, the over 17.5 is plus 110. The under 17.5 is minus 119. Pinnacle has him at minus 147. Pinnacle is the sharpest book in the land, so I'm going to run with them. Look, as you can see, in his last game, he had 23 points, but prior to that last game, he is not going over that. Let's go head to head versus Orlando so you can see in all of the playoffs games. He did not go over but the one. I took him over last time for 17.5 and he went over. This time, however, we're going Darius Garland under 17.5 points. Yo, next I have Evan Mobley. I have Evan Mobley under 15.5 points. The over is plus 100, but the under is minus 120. Did I look what Pinnacle got him at? Minus 146 to go under. As you can see here, let's go head to head. As you can see here, in 3 straight games he's gone under that. He did have one, the very first game maybe it was, that he went over. But look, his field goals, he's take 11 attempts per game, and he's hitting those. All right, and then he's shooting 56% on average. On average, see what they did wrong was bump the line for him. I think it was at 14.5 or 13.5, but under 15.5 at minus 120. I expect him to have the same as that game. Look at his threes. He attempts 1.5 threes per game, and he didn't shoot any in the last 2 games. I'm taking Evan Mobley under 15.5 points. Then we have Franz Wagner under 19.5 points. Let's look at his head to head. As you can see, he had that one game where he went crazy. And he actually, during that game, he was 13 for 17. He's not doing that again. He's not shooting 13 for 17. As you can see, the over 19.5 is minus 102. Under 19.5 is minus 118. What that Pinnacle has him at minus 124. But again, look at the games. Outside of one game, very recently, he's gone under. And his field goal attempts, he takes 15 shots per game. 15 shots per game. Look, 11, 17, 12, 17. But he's only shooting, he's shooting about 43% on average. Last game he shot 27%. He shot 76% right here when he scored 34 points. That's not happening. You're not shooting 70%. You can shoot 50%, take 12, 11, 13 shots, and we should stick him under 19.5. Let's go. That's my 3-man pick. Obviously, I got a ton more for you to go through, but I couldn't put all my tickets on here. But this is one I like. This is what I'm running with. Bro, how are you playing parlays and not tracking your bets? Stop what you're doing. Go to the App Store. Download the Pickett app. Use the code you see on the screen. And if you connect an account that already has 10 bets or more, they'll send you more cash than they send me. Stop betting without tracking your bets. Fuck is wrong with you guys? Yo, Banchero, you know I'm going to start off with his rebounds and assists, and it's also set at 12.5, and the under is plus 110. The under is plus 110. The over is minus 122, but I like the under. I've been betting this for a very long time. And as you can see, he had one game versus Cleveland recently in the playoffs that he went over this, his rebounds and assists. But for the under to be plus 110, and they have him favored to go over at slightly minus 102. I don't have the points and rebounds on my odds. That's only points, points, assists, and rebounds, and player threes. But I think I like this to go under again. This is Banchero under. I'm gonna put under 12.5 rebounds and assists. You see, like this bitch is hitting at 75% head to head versus Orlando. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 6 games he only went over one time. I like Banchero to go under 12.5 rebounds and assists. Hey, Donovan Mitchell point line is set at 25.5, slightly favored to go over at minus 102. Let's look at head to head versus the Orlando Magic. As you can see, in the last 5 games he went over it twice. He did cover in the last game, scoring 28 points. I'm gonna look at his points and assists. It's at 30.5, slightly favored to go over at minus 111, but I'll take the under. That's why I jumped on the point and assist line, because I will take the under 30.5 points and assists. If you go down and look at his field goal attempts, he's shooting 20 shots per game. Okay, even when he takes 22, 23 shots per game. He's still not going over, as he's not shooting a really great field goal percentage. And then his potential assists average is 9. He had 7, 7, and 10, and those assists are not converting. Zero. Wait, what was it? He had 2 here. He had 6 there, and he had 7 there. However, 30.5, that number is too high for what he's done recently. I like Donovan Mitchell to go under 30.5 points and assists. Who is this? James Harden. Oh, I think James Harden 3-point line is set at 2.5. It's slightly favored to go over. I think I took the under here. Let's go look at the under. The under is plus 140 at 2.5. I think I'm playing this straight up under 2.5. 3-pointers made for James Harden is plus 140. Let's see how many he takes. He shoots 7 a game, hitting about 3. That's 41%. He took 7 here, hit 1. He was 4 for 5 on that game, and then he was 5 for 8. It's set at 2.5. The under is plus 140. You kind of think he's going over here, right? Over is minus 119. It's still not a bad bet. I think I'm just stay away from it because the lines look weird at 2.5. Nah, I'm leave that alone. Hey, don't you forget that baseball is here. Basketball is leaving very soon, but I'm all over this. This is Aaron Nola. His strikeout line is set at 6.5. Look at his last 3 outings. He had 10, 7, and 9 strikeouts. But let me show you something. The under is heavily favored at minus 151. And then he usually goes for 7 innings per outing, but on average, facing 26 batters, he's only striking out 6.5. That's 25%. That's 25%. Again, in the last couple games, he tossed 8 innings and 7.1 inning, and went over to 6.5 3 straight games. But in this game, he facing off against San Francisco. Let's go look at San Francisco versus right-hand pitchers. San Francisco versus right-hand pitchers this year, they have a 23.5. They have 23.1 strikeout percentage. But Nola, he throws per 9 innings. He has 8.2 strikeouts per 9 innings. I just showed you that he stays in for about 7 innings. We think he's going to go less than 6.5 strikeouts. Aaron Nola under 6.5 strikeouts. I have Jordan Hicks as my next pitcher. Jordan Hicks pitcher outs is set at 15.5. 15.5. So look, he usually pitches about 5.2 innings. Okay? 5.2 innings. In his last few outings, he went 5, 5, and 6. Okay? So it's heavily favored at minus 160 to go under 15.5 outs. That means they think he's not going to last over 5 innings. He usually pitches 5.2 innings. I'm taking Jordan Hicks to go under 15.5 pitcher outs. Let's go. I don't know how to say you say Kikuchi. His strikeout line is set at 5.5. The under is heavily favored at minus 160. In his last 2 games, he had 3 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts. And then in his pitch, he usually goes out for about 6 innings. As you can see, every single outing in his last 4 outings, he went for 6 innings. And with his strikeout being at 5.5, let's go look at his strikeouts per 9 innings. Is 9.6. He averages 6 innings per outing. This is a very tight number at 5.5, but obviously it looks as if the I forgot who he was playing. It looked as if Washington doesn't have a very low strikeout percentage. Let's go see. Batting versus left-handers. This is Washington's stats. They have 21%. He throws 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's not going to go 9 innings. Hopefully he doesn't go 6. We got him under 5.5 strikeouts for Yusei Kikuchi. That's crazy. Yusei Kikuchi. Look, I didn't hit a parlay yesterday. I feel like something's wrong because I went so many days in a row for hitting parlays, but that doesn't matter. As you already know, let's get this dough.